Hey guys and girls, my name's Dan, welcome back to The Forge. In this episode of Trust Me, I'm a Blacksmith, I'm going to be making some pickup tongs. In this video I'm going to be making some pickup tongs, which are part of the hammer making kits I'm going to start selling, and also the Blacksmith Bible winners will be announced. And the reason I'm using this video is because the answer to the question was pickup tongs. So basically at the end of the video I'll announce the winners and yeah, let's get on with making these tongs. So the kits that I'm making contain a set of pickup tongs, not this actual pair of pickup tongs. These are some that I made a very long time ago and they're absolutely knackered now, but they do contain a pair of pickup tongs and I'm going to make those today. I'm also going to talk about the drawing out process for these for the nibs. Hopefully that's going to be interesting, so let's get on with it. Okay, so this is the material that we're going to be using today. It's just mild steel. I drew this out the other day from some 25mm square. It's inch by ½ inch or 25mm by 12mm. It's actually closer to 25 by 12, but you know, it's near enough anyway. And the first thing I just want to talk about is nib arrangement. I'm just going to grab some tongs. Any of you that watched the video where I said about Roy and the way he makes his tongs isn't the best use of material and isn't strong enough, I just wanted to clear something up before we move on, because some of you might be aware that I'm making tongs kind of like how Roy would for this video, but I'm going to explain why I'm doing it this way in this video and not doing it the way I was moaning about in the other video. Basically, these tongs get a lot of pressure applied here where the boss or the hinge plate is that goes into the nib. Now, say if I pick up a piece of material, if I squeeze that piece of material, all the pressure from here, because these are quite thick and chunky, they tend to put a lot more pressure on this area here where the hinge turns into the nib, or the nib turns into the hinge, right? So you get a lot of pressure here, but when using pickup tongs, I'm just going to get the pickup tongs, whereas with pickup tongs, because of the length of the nibs and the size of the nibs, they flex quite a lot instead of, well actually the reins are flexing here, but this area here doesn't get put under it, nowhere near as much stress as it does on the normal pair of tongs. So this nib doesn't have to be beasting anyway. Basically, the only reason I'm using these tongs is so that I can manipulate the material in and out of the fire. These don't hardly take any impact either, so hence the reason why I'm doing them this way. Anyway, that bit over. Okay, so I've measured 60mm from the end, or an inch, 2 inches and a quarter here, and then I've marked off for the hinge plate, which is an inch. The reason I've done that is, like Roy says, it's a cube of material. This will give me the best size bosses for this piece, and then I've marked again where the back of the hinge plate is, and that's what we're going to draw out into my reins. Now, I'm going to put some reasonably long reins on these ones compared to my one, but the purpose of these tongs is that you can use them in one hand. You can manipulate them to pick stuff up in one hand. You can turn things over with one hand. They are a very versatile tool. I'm going to try and get these so that they'll grab the hammer through the eye. I don't particularly like that method. They don't hold great, I don't think. They probably do. I'm probably going to get some comment about that, but I think you see a lot of these guys who are using hydraulic presses and power hammers to do it. They ain't grabbing their pickup tongs to do it. They're doing it with a pair of, I'm talking about the really, really sexy ones that you see on Instagram. A lot of those boys who are using presses to do that work, they're holding their tongs, they're holding their hammers with a pair of tongs that holds the eye, not the eye, that holds one of the faces really tidy. So I think that's a much better way of doing it, and that's something that's not going to be included in this kit. But these tongs should be able to hold the hammer through the eye. Okay, so the first part of this is to isolate off that front 2 inches and a quarter, or 60mm. Now, if you want to, I don't want to waste any time with these by having to redraw out any stock, so I'm not doing a set down here. The first thing I'm going to do is just using a piece of That's just a piece of 10mm or 3/8 round. I'm just going to put a little mark in the material at the 60. Now, if you're not very good at getting this set down, this is a little bit of a hack to get you over that. It's not a great one, and under the power hammer it works much better. But now I'm just going to start drawing this down a bit before I start putting the set down in properly, and for these I'm going to go about halfway in. Nice and hot, I'm just going to come to the bit and I'm going to start tapering this back. Back and far as she goes. So I've pulled a bit of a taper on here. It's about the same thickness as the starting parent bar. I'm just going to bring it over to the edge of the anvil. And what I was doing there was, as I was starting the set down, I was tilting it slightly back, keeping everything nice and tight against my leg. I started forging back here, half on, half off the anvil, and then brought that forward. And as I brought that forward, I've been lifting the material. Now, for some reason, this piece of bar has decided it wants to go oblong on me. Not oblong, it wants to go out square on me. And I will show you how to fix that now. Right, remember, as this goes in and out of the fire, the thin bit on the end is going to get hotter than the bit at the back. Right, this is going a little bit rhombusy. Now, in order to get that out, I'm going to come to get the little set down over the back of the anvil again, and I'm going to turn this through 45 degrees. Forge the corner off to which the material is tipped over to, and then I'm going to take it the opposite side and do exactly the same thing, but not quite as much. Then I'm going to come back on the top side of the anvil this time. And forge down this side and back on this side. A bit cold, I'm just going to pop that back in the fire. Okay. And again, back on the edge of the anvil, far side, something closest to you. Just draw that stock out. Again, that end's gone over a bit, so I'm just going to take that corner off. And this one. Now, so far, I've been keeping these nibs at the same width as the starting material. Now, I don't actually want that, so I'm going to come over to the bit here, about half an inch from the start of the hinge plate. Draw that out, and what I'm trying to get is a taper. Bring that up. And same thing again. Nice, okay. So this is the first side, and I'm just going to work on the other side at a bit of high speed. a little job rounding hammers are particularly nice for. It's getting this corner in here, if you can see that. Nice. Another one, it's ready. Yep. Again, same thing again. So basically I'm just holding this at about 45 degrees, bringing that over and getting that in nice. And just going to bring these ends in. Okay, so I got the "where are you" phone call. I've been a bit naughty. I'm supposed to be somewhere and I'm not there. So I've got to go, unfortunately. So I'm going to have to do a two-parter for this. But we've got these thus far. I'm quite pleased with them. They've come out quite nice. And hopefully they're going to look the dog's danglies. Which is good. But spending a little bit of time setting these up in the next episode would be quite nice. That means Keith gets another shout out, an extra shout out. I'll get on with these on Monday morning, that's when I'm back in the forge. Okay, so the winner of the book is going to be announced now. Unfortunately, I don't know the winners just yet, but guys, well done. Guys or girl, well done. Congratulations if you did win this. If you did win your books. Like I said, if a person who won it is the same person, a person who's already got the book, I'll sort you something out. I would like ideas for t-shirts, guys. That would be really cool. I'm going to get some merchandise sorted out very soon. I've been using an online company to do the t-shirts. I recently spoke to a local company, and I'm really keen to spend try and get money into my community as opposed to giving it to some big internet company. And it would appear that you will save money as well, because they're nowhere near as expensive as some of these internet companies, and also the order quantities are a lot lower to make sense. So basically, ideas for t-shirts. I've already had a couple of good ideas from a couple of people. Thank you for those. That would be really cool. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and well done guys if you won those books. More giveaways and things coming soon. We're almost at 4,000 subs, which is also amazing. I'm really excited about making the leg vise. There's going to be some great stuff going to come out of that. I've got a couple of subs coming up to help. Johnny B is probably going to come up and help me, and I've got to get in touch with Big Jobs about making the screw box. I can't remember where we are with that, which will be really, really good. I'm really excited about getting on with that. So thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you are a subscriber, thank you. But could you ring that bell for notifications as well? I know that's a bit cheeky of me to ask, but it really would help. It really will help the channel. Chuck your comments down below, t-shirt ideas, let me know what you think of the kits. If you have any other ideas for kits, let me know. I'm quite interested in making a few different variations of kits. just in general, what do you guys think of t-shirts? Because if you don't want them, I won't make them. But anyway, cool. Yes, that is everything. Thank you for joining me. I will leave a video up here to me making the fullers. I will leave a video down here to me making some tongs. No, I won't. This is my Patreon, and this is a place where you can subscribe. Thank you very much for joining me. Bye, guys.